results. And let's get the management on board. Rajesh Ganesh, who's the Managing Director and CEO of Bajel Projects. So, Mr. Ganesh, thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Ganesh, while the EBITDA has surged, there is a decline in the revenues and profits on a year-on-year basis. What are the key reasons behind this, and can we expect a subsequent recovery in Q4?
Yeah, thank you, Ankita. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for having me on your show. Well, it's a timing issue, to be honest. I mean, last year, if you see, was a stellar year for TBCB projects. About 1.5 lakh crores worth of projects were rolled out by TBCB. But this year has been a tad bit slow, and we're expecting that things would pick up in the final quarter and then up to the first quarter of next year. So it's a timing issue. Going forward, we should see more orders coming in.
Right. Mr. Ganesh, with the recent ultra mega order wins like the 400 crore plus power grid project, how much of the order backlog is now high margin versus the older lower margin legacy contracts?
Yeah. So one of the things that we've been actively doing, better part of the last about 2 years, is managing out the legacy projects. So if you see over 9 months of the year, we've already commissioned 10 projects, and we are due to commission 4 or 5 more projects this year. So by the end of this year, we should have all the legacy projects out executed. And the new projects are coming at much higher margins. And that's largely because we are not only tightly controlling the bid process, but we are also managing the commodity and the forex fluctuations and also operational efficiency. So the new orders that are coming in will yield better margins than the legacy. That's for certain.
Right, Mr. Ganesh, also you are currently L1 in multiple tenders. What is the total value of these L1 positions, and what is your anticipated win ratio for the remainder of 2026?
Well, we are currently, Ankita, working on about 6,000 odd crores of projects. We've been involved in them. We are at different stages of the bids, and at the moment, the L1 we are in about 2,000 crores. Of that 6,000 crores is L1, both with public sector as well as with private.
Right. There seems to be a technical glitch with Mr. Ganesh's feed. Do we have Mr. Ganesh back? All right. So there are 400 crores plus worth of orders to be executed over 21 months. That's where Bajel Projects stands at. And let's quickly take you through the numbers. Before we get Mr. Ganesh back on board, now we did see a revenue downtick of 10% on a year-on-year basis. That stands at 562 crores for Q3. PAT, they reported a loss. The loss that was down 120 odd percent for Q3, and EBITDA that saw an uptick standing at 4.8%, and EBITDA margin that stood at 4.8%, and EBITDA also saw an uptick of 80%. So a decent set coming in for Bajel Projects. In fact, the EBITDA growth was driven by active hedging of commodities, margin accretive project execution, the effective backward integration, and other operational efficiencies. And on the back of that, we did see EBITDA growth for Bajel Projects, and also we did see a new labor code impact of almost 8 odd crores that came in, but nonetheless a decent set coming in. And also, if you talk about the recent news flow on the company, Bajel Projects has secured an ultra mega power transmission order in India from Power Grid. Like I mentioned yesterday, we did see the stock jump up 7% on the back of that itself, and the order value stands, of course, at 400 crores with an order timeline of 21 months. But before we get to more on that, let me quickly take stock of how the market is shaping up at this juncture. We do have Nifty that has recovered very smartly from the day's lowest point, 73 points uptick coming in. 25,947 is where it's perched at. We were managing to touch those 26,000 levels, but for now, 25,950 is where Nifty is perched at. Nifty Bank is also posting a good recovery. From the day's lows, it's ticked up 145 odd points. We are sitting with gains of, we have actually managing to hold on to the 60,720 odd levels on Nifty Bank as well. Let's talk about the sectors then. I remember PSU banking names have done very well for themselves. And today, though, in the trading session, we do see a bit of a profit booking that's coming in as far as Nifty PSU Bank is concerned. So Nifty PSU Bank and the Pharma is on the back foot today. Nifty Pharma is trading with cuts of 0.3%. Nifty Media is a top sectoral gainer with gains of 2.5% coming in. Sun and Nifty Auto is also in the fast lane today, trading with gains of 1.3%. But Mr. Ganesh from Bajel Projects is back. Mr. Ganesh, we were talking about. Let's talk about the company and where we left off. Talk to us about the Ratha 2030 strategy that mentions expanding international business with ongoing projects in Zambia and Togo. What are the margin profiles for these overseas projects, and what is the target revenue mix for international versus domestic?
So one of the things that, Ankita, we're doing very deliberately, been doing over the past 2 years, is to rewire our business. We are moving away from businesses like power distribution to high voltage, extra high voltage power transmission and substation, data centers, expanding our international footprint, and also putting capex in the plant so that we can build a products business. So that's sort of consciously what we've been doing over the last 2 years. Now, the international footprint is one of the things that we are looking to expand. We are currently in Togo, and we've just finished a project and handed over in Zambia. Our strategy is to look at the Middle Eastern markets, North African, as well as some Central African sort of markets. And we've been working on it for a while now, and we should see some breakthroughs coming soon. The margin profiles will definitely be much higher than domestic, that's for certain.
Right. Also, Mr. Ganesh, your company's long-term strategy highlights entering new business areas. Is the company evaluating battery energy storage systems or green hydrogen infrastructure as a part of this expansion?
Yes, both, for both. But we would stick to our core, which is building the infrastructure for evacuation of those electricity that is generated as a result of hydrogen or battery energy storage. We are not going to enter into the products part of it. We're going to stay with project management, and we're going to stay with the services part.
Mr. Ganesh, also let me just come back on the question where we had lost you. You're currently L1 in multiple tenders, and the total, what is exactly the total value for these L1 positions, and what is the anticipated win ratio for the remainder of 2026? Right.
So, as I was mentioning to you, Ankita, we have an active sort of pipeline of about in excess of 6,000 crores. And of that 6,000 crores, we are L1 in about 2,000 crores. Now, we saw some of the orders that we announced earlier in this week as part of that 2,000 crores. Now, these are in L1. These are public as well as private developers, and these are some things that we're quite certain should come. As I said, it's a timing issue over a period of time. And for the balance, we've been very selective in the way we are going about participating in these. So since we've been selective, now the expectation is that the win ratio should be higher.
Do you want one more question? Mr. Ganesh, thank you. On that note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us and weighing in on the numbers and the growth roadmap ahead. And well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Newsroom. I'll take a leave. Thank you so much for tuning in.